Welcome, everyone, to the 21st Annual Wise Traditions Conference.
That's not the right video. How's it going, everyone?
This is absolutely amazing, and we are so thankful that you took the time to come out. Welcome to those of you who are watching through live stream. We know it's hard to get away, and yet you're with us in spirit, and we're so glad you are. So as we kick off...
There we go. Where did we go here? Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show. So Freedom Grower, he left? Oh, okay, he's gone. He ran away. Hey, Daily Mock, how you doing? Good to see you here. Fulcrum, Goddess of Integrity. Hi. B. Freeman, how you doing? So I guess I have to make up a show because Freedom left me hanging. So, oh well. I knew he wouldn't show. Oh well, that's okay. So we'll make it a smoke sesh. How's it going, guys? I had some great stuff for you, but it was all based on Freedom showing up. But oh well. What's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great. Been having leg pain recently, and a lot of people, a few people I know, not a lot, a few people I know, experiencing the same thing. I had a song I wanted to play. I like this song. There we are. Well, I got the... Are you there? If you're there, Freedom, it's... Is this real? I showed I had to get my stimulating chicory and cocoa. I've been wanting to try that Shilajit, but people tell me it tastes like crap. Yeah, Freedom Grower's hiding. I don't know what happened. I knew he'd leave me hanging here. I knew it. That's he's probably got something doing with his family. Give my ashtray. So, see if he's showing up. No, he hasn't shown his face yet. Chickened out. Oh well. CMEs and all that jazz. Yeah, I've heard about that recently. Some people are saying that flus and colds can be affected by sunspot activity. Now, since the beginning of this pandemic, actually since before this pandemic, I've been tracking the EMF radiation. You know, let's see if he's hiding in the background. I'll put the link up there again. But I've been tracking this EMF radiation since the beginning of the pandemic. It doesn't follow sunspot activity, but it does follow the amount of flu we have. So I don't know. I don't put much credence in that, but I haven't done much study into it, so I can't really say. It does bear looking at, but from my study, the rise in flu and that seems to coincide with the rise in EMF. Absolutely, yeah. A microwave is insanely dangerous. There was a guy took a microwave. You can take the magnetron out of that microwave and put it in a tin can. And then if you power it up, you can aim it at things. And there's videos of people that have done that. and you can explode a lot of stuff. You can explode almost any electronics. Pretty much will explode if it's got a battery in it, for sure. He made parts of a TV explode. The screen exploded. A cell phone just goes off like a rocket. Nope, he's still not here. My meter shows a common microwave is 1,000 times the dangerous amount. Yep. Yeah. I used to do that. I used to stare into the microwave. I didn't do it many times. I didn't really like the microwave. I didn't like the way the food came out. Hi, Max. Oh, Freedom Grower wanted more cat, so hold on, let me get rid of that. There's cat. There's Max. Left room for him. How you doing, buddy? I want a TV exploder, right? My meter would pick up dangerous EMF for 6 feet. Yeah. When I had an EMF meter, I lost it. I have to get another one. But your phone works as an EMF meter. The one I had was detecting quite a lot of stuff coming off of the power lines, which makes sense to me because what's used a lot of times is the Lily wave, and it runs on 60 hertz. Well, the same as your computer, your TV, and all the wires in your house, power lines. And I've noticed people have been kind of depressed lately. That's probably the Lily wave. I had a couple of, I wouldn't even call it depression, just a melancholy feeling for about half an hour, a couple times. No thoughts were going, no negative or melancholy thoughts were going through my mind, but that was how I felt. I don't mind being in a melancholy feeling, but I know it's not great for you. Hey, Marlena. Micro Tesla. Yep. Yeah. Right now I'm stuck to my phone for a meter. I use the ElectroSmart and the Ultimate EMF meter. I'll show you both of those. So the ElectroSmart, they're both right up there. The ElectroSmart and the Ultimate EMF detector. The ElectroSmart's pretty good. Yeah, see right now I'm at 70. It lists all the sources, which is really cool. This is the live. So there's all the sources around me right now and their levels. So you can see there's a couple of 5 gigahertz readings. That measures everything that's around you. Oh man. So you can identify it. It also keeps track of statistics for you. You set the meter to unlimited. And this is what I used to track during the pandemic. I got it about a year before the pandemic. So I know what these numbers will cause in people. Like a 62, that's pretty good. But up back here, we had a couple of 72s, and those make people ill. People go to the hospital, get the flu, colds, and other stuff. In my area, at a 72. What's going on? We just talking? Freedom Grower was supposed to come up, but he didn't want to. I think I put him on the spot too much. I don't know. We'll see. He might come up. Where'd my lighter go? B Furry, are you a furry? I had a couple of things to talk about. I couldn't find a video to support this, but have you guys seen that? Remember the guy that ran through the parade in the car? I don't know. I should change that title. Let's go edit that. Let's see. Chat. There. Freedom. There we go. Save changes. I don't know if it's going to let me. I've done it before. I've done it before the broadcast, but I don't think it'll do it before, after. Yeah, the guy defending himself, the guy who ran through the parade ground. His defense is awesome. He said, to the guy said, I was standing there. The car went by me, just kept going right through the parade. And who was driving that car, sir? Well, it was that man over there. He gave his name. I don't remember. His defense was, I don't identify as that person. That's awesome. It's a great defense. I think everyone should be able to use that. Just, I'm sorry. I just don't identify as that person. I have no idea who you're talking about, you know. And in Canada, we have it better. What we can do in Canada now, because of the trucker strike, is we're allowed to go, well, that was in the past. I'm not doing that right now. So that's my defense. There you go. I'm not doing it now. What are you talking about? I'm not doing that now. Jeez, what are you nuts? Are you crazy? I'm not doing that. Secretly John's Jake. What? Secretly joins. Yeah. Daryl is a punk. Yeah. Is that his name? Daryl? Daryl. Hey, Dick.
Test.
There we go.
Make sure I don't got any pizza on my beard.
I just had a cleansing bath. I had a salt bath because my legs are all achy because I'm an old man.
Listen, anyone who's listening to this stream, Max is trying to control me subconsciously through frequency weaponry that he's installed. He actually installed an application in the Five Guys and Fries Towers in my geography, and he has been trying to control me like a beetle, which has been creating strange
He loves it.
Outbursts of rage, different programs he's trying to install on me. And I think somewhere along the lines, I had too much colloidal aluminate aerosol type breathing apparatuses. And something's not working right, but I do blame Max, and that's what we're here to talk about today. It's all Max's fault.
I don't identify as that person.
Well, tell us then. Tell the people.
And that was in the past, man. Stop living in the past.
I know. I put my hand to the plow and I look backwards. I do have an issue with that.
It didn't happen because it was in the past, or it doesn't matter. I don't know what the defense is on that one. But the Canadian Trucker Strike Commission is underway, just like your January 6th, and they're attempting to demonize the truckers. They're doing a great job. They got Zexy Lee up there going, "Oh, the honking! I have phantom honking in my head." So of course we had to call out, for phantom honking in somebody's head. We definitely had to call a national security alert and make it like a War Measures Act, where the country is in distress, irreconcilable. The police cannot handle the situation. We need to call out the military because of honking in this lady's head. I get it, like when you have a headache, couldn't you just run around and just scream at people and want to, do horrible things to them because, you have a headache. So other people should suffer, right?
I'm waiting for you to type what you want me to say since you're controlling my words.
Say the stuff we practiced earlier.
Okay, so the bottom line is if you have a headache, it gives you complete autonomy to cause harm, loss, or injury to any sentient being that comes across your frequency consciousness.
Yeah, any pain or any discomfort at all, you should be running around screaming, yelling at people, making their
Reciprocate with
lives
more
horrible.
pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be the change. Don't
Phase
stop
then,
the
Wayne.
cycle. Just help pour gasoline on top of that fire.
Yeah. Make the situation as worse as possible for everyone around you.
Keep the light on for
That'll
Satan.
make you feel a lot better. No, B. Freeman. We'll have none of that HH in here. That's forbidden speech in Canada. That's Heil somebody. I can't say honk honk because of a trucker strike. Honk honk.
So B. Freeman's just going to get in here and
he
make
just gets away
derogatory statements about us.
He just fucking got away with it, man. There's nothing I can do. It's already in the ether. It's in the past. And he might not even identify as that person now.
That's downright offensive and racist what he said. I mean, look at the
guy?
context. Look at the two double exclamation marks at the end of it.
Let's just attack the people in chat. That'll make us feel better.
Well, I mean, I think he kind of has it coming, He really did cross the line there.
I know. I'm not allowed to say that,
I mean, there is a StreamYard link there. You can come up and address us directly.
If you really want to lay down there, be free. He's free. Oh, who's free? Nobody's free under my rulership. So, send me all your money. Free and sovereign. So, okay. So as far as I understand this sovereignty thing, because you don't belong to anything or anyone, I could kill you and that would be okay. Apparently you can get away with just killing sovereigns because they don't belong to any system. They're not subject to any laws or anything. So how could they come back at you for, doing anything to them?
That's why we're going to create a religion. See, I was going to do the god of Odin, the god of war, because that one's already, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's kind of already, set up on the tee for you to knock it out. But then I thought to thinking, how you and I could profit off this if we created a religion just off the royalties, book sales, public speaking events.
Zero Infinity, hi.
All kinds of merchandise that we could sell.
Well, yeah, lots of kitsch. Yeah, it is kind of stealing, the Catholic religion is the original
monetizing
gift shop religion.
I left my oven on for my pizza. I'll be right back.
All right.
Shut it off.
Yeah, you gotta buy your effigies of Jesus and all your rosaries and all that shit. That's a really good way to go. Max, I could plaster Max's face over everything, just like they do Jesus and Mary, and just make a freaking buttload of money. Everybody can worship my cat as Odin. We'll just have his eyeball, just an eye, just a big eyeball staring at you. 10%. Oh, 10%. Do you think 10% is enough? Can't hear you. No sound.
Yeah, Max, I was just kidding around. You're kind of taking it a little more seriously than I thought you would.
Well, there is a good. It
was just a joke,
though. But there is the Catholic religion to follow as a model. Fuck that! Join my church. Oh, Scotty Boy's got a church. Do you have lots of kitsch to buy?
What is kits?
Kitsch. Little things to put on your shelf or your wall, or
little trinkets.
Yeah, little trinkets.
Little ornamentals to just keep a pep in your step, keep you happy.
Yeah, spend your money.
Curb the depression, the misery, the never-ending,
Yeah, and
agonizing loneliness, and despair that life is.
yeah, you get yourself a good picture of Mary weeping and over a dead Jesus, and you make yourself feel really good about it.
Just because, like,
because
well, if I suffer this bad,
religion, the Catholic religion is all about pain and suffering and making you feel bad.
Because somebody else suffered
which
more,
is awesome.
that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of what
maybe.
you're saying.
I guess that maybe from
it does make sense. Somebody else suffered more than me, so
throw
therefore
them right under the bus. Yeah, well, that's how
I
some
should be
people
thankful
think.
about that and just stop talking so much. Find some satisfaction in the fact that my suffering has been outdone by others who suffered more.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm the lucky one. I won the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, tell me about
false impression, free will. Free will. Does free will exist?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's possible. It's something that we've had a perspective for, but
are we completely programmed?
Well, if in fact free will does not exist,
right? Yeah, I agree. It's a trap.
Then we're in a lot of trouble.
It's a Russian trap.
Or we're going to do great. It just depends how the story's written, because you really don't have that much to say if it's not free will. What do you think? You think free will exists?
I don't know. Let me. I'll have to ask my controllers.
Check it out and see what they say.
Yeah.
Get a consensus from the board.
Mm-hmm.
An official. I should have. That's really just naive and irresponsible of me to not check with authorities first before
30%
state an opinion on something.
That's pretty good. 30%. What do you think? 30%. You think it's a percentage?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you can partition out free will, but I guess if they were going to do it, CERN and the likes of Gates and all these goons would find some way to siphon off our good nature. Aren't we the solution to the world, though, Max? You and I,
Absolutely.
Our good nature.
We have all the answers. Like, all you have to do is listen to us, and take words from the beginning and just piece them together, and just make word salad. And yeah,
and that pretty much makes people feel better, and they go to sleep more comfortably.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing that they too have the answers of everything.
Sweet nectar. I honestly, though, it's like I just I haven't paid much attention to what's going on out there, so maybe bring me up to speed. Is there anything exciting going on in the world that I need to know about, or things that have piqued your interest that you wanted to share with me?
Pretty smooth for the past while, right?
You want to get me up to speed on anything?
There's nothing really going on. Everything's smooth in the world. Liquor is quicker. I should have sent my wife out for a bottle of booze. That would have been fun. Drunk Max. That would have been good.
Yeah.
Easy answer, of course. Free will is why else would they go through all that trouble to program you? Yeah, I feel the programming. I'm kind of comfortable in my programming. Aren't you?
No, I've broke through all of it.
Have you? I did, but I don't know. It just kind of sucked, so I went back to it.
Yeah. I mean,
you can see how that
I just look at it as nostalgia now. Now when I watch TV, I just watch it as kind of like fond memories of when I was a slave. So I'll just sit there and eat Lay's potato chips and watch TV for days on end.
Get a TV in every room, and
just to kind of remember what it was like.
Yeah.
Back when I was in those mental shackles.
What do you watch?
But old reruns of The Price is Right.
I like CNN and Fox from the 90s, reruns of that. I like to engage.
It was calming back then. Yeah, vintage CNN is.
I like to engage in that terror and horror, and it's comforting, to know that there is such things that happen in the world, and that it's not going to be, love and roses forever.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you, do you think that the people think that guys like you and I were too abrasive and angry for the community?
Well, screw them.
I don't know. I mean, it's like I try to manufacture drama, but it's not like natural. Like I can't even manufacture it if I tried. Stevie O says, "Tell the Phyllis and ladies." I thought he said syphilis there for a minute. I thought he was like giving us
syphilis,
some kind of disclosure.
What's up with monkeypox?
About private details.
Like, what's up with monkeypox? That's got to be something weird. Like,
how does it feel to be a free range chicken? Just walking around, eating worms and different bugs. I don't know. I see them. They look like they live a pretty decent life. Chickens are a weird bird, man. They're reptiles. They're dinosaurs.
Yeah, right. Like
they'll eat you in a second if you were. They'll start trying to peck on your feet if you're out grounded.
They just got a reptilian brain in them, right? And they're absolutely. Thank you, man. I just got coffee and donuts.
So you're just going to rudely eat in front of all of us.
Yeah, I got enough to share. And everybody's supposed to bring snacks anyway. I always tell people to bring
Are those donuts though? Donut holes?
These are Timbit. Yeah, donut holes. We call them Timbits.
Epic. But they look different colors. So there's chocolate and powder coated. Sprinkles.
They even have ones that have jelly inside and shit. Oh yeah. They have Beeb bits too, Bieber bits, for Justin Bieber, because everybody loves him so much.
Do they really now?
Yeah. There's placards everywhere with his name on and his face on it. No.
Well, I'm sure that product's designed for the health of the consumer and has nothing to do with profit for people.
I tried one; they were absolute crap, and nobody eats them. But the advertising's there, for he's got a slouchy face now, him and his girlfriend, because they took the old jibby jab. So I haven't seen him in concert anymore. I don't know, maybe they can get I don't know if they can fix that or not, but I don't know if he'll be able to sing with half of his face sliding down.
What about you though? You having any second thoughts on that? You thinking about maybe circling the wagons and heading on over to your favorite white coat and having him slide one in you?
Yeah,
just for old time's sake.
Absolutely. I saw. Well, we have the GO system here. That's our transit system. Is the GO system.
Yeah.
And the other day, I was walking through a parking lot of a shopping mall, and I saw a bus that was a Go and Jab. There was a bus there.
Convenient, safe.
Yeah, that you can walk into and get your jibby jab. And
available everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to scream, puke, or cry. I saw a couple people going in. It wasn't like there was lineups or anything. The uptake is pretty bad, apparently. In Canada, they're getting quite upset with us because Justin needs his money.
You're not doing your part. You guys aren't participating at the level they would expect you to.
I was flipping in rage, Marlena. Oh, she got pulled over. No, right on. He's getting upset at the uptake. We're not taking as many as we should. So he said that if we don't get enough, we're going to be locked down again. So
yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, it's everybody knows if you just lie to the people, you'll increase your numbers. So I mean, it's not like they don't lie all the time. Why don't they just lie more?
Well, they tried that, but it just wasn't working. They've been trying that for a year, telling us the numbers are much higher. You have to get on board, be a hero. Marvel put out their comic book to tell you how great you were, sponsored by Pfizer. And, they really tried. But these people just aren't, I don't know, something wrong with them, I think. They're not submitting to the programming as much as they really could. it's yeah, I know. Hey, Lucky, poor Justin Castro, right? Like, so he said that we're going to be in lockdowns again. He already promised us climate lockdowns, so that was awesome. I can't wait for those. Middle class is
Come into a theater near you.
The middle class is still getting
another reason to be stuck.
Living, right? There's still businesses open, and in order for us to transition into this wonderful new world, we have to get rid of all that stuff. I've decided that we're going to go on board with this cult, with the we're joining the
oh my God,
the New World Order. So yeah, everyone, we all have to get on board with this.
I swear, John, I'm going to end up living in the forest somewhere, bushcrafting. And I won't have cut my beard for 3 years. People won't be able to tell if I'm a bear or if I'm a human, because I'll be wearing like some bear rug on me to stay warm, because you won't be able to buy or sell or anything. That's when I think about the days ahead, maybe I'm manifesting this, so I'm actually shaping carve reality.
Yeah,
but
you are. Yeah.
The way they're projecting it to me, it seems like that's my futures. I'm going to be like this bushcrafting dude in the forest, foraging along for berries, really, really good at trapping different small game and making musical instruments out of pieces of abandoned scrap wood and stuff.
Hi, Mr. Miyagi. Yeah. I'm prepared.
Is that a pretty accurate?
I'm fully prepared to do that myself.
Interpretation, yeah.
I think that's what we should do, because as we learned from Australia, they go to the outback first and get all the people from the outback. So we'll be first in line to get forced jibby jabbed by UN forces, and I'm excited.
Yeah. I can tell you're being authentic too. I can really feel the passion.
But that's what they did.
How excited are you? Tell us how excited you are about future mandated solutions for you and yours.
No, absolutely. I can't even express it in words how excited I am about that.
It's just anticipation of glee for future things to come that people have that plan for you.
Like we all voted for the UN and the WEF to control us, right?
Okay.
So, don't you remember that vote?
Yeah, that's right. When I took on a cell phone, that was part of my Verizon contract.
Yeah. You clicked. I agree, right?
They did give me a free phone. I have to say that was back in the late '90s when you didn't have to mortgage your house to get a phone. But
you guys could have gotten the Obama phone, man.
The free one, I know.
And if you go down to South America, you can get free Obama guns. You guys could kit yourself right out with some Obama stuff.
I just figured I'm probably more privileged than that.
Oh, you're going to use your white privilege? Did you get the newsletter?
I'm privileged to get a credit card rate financing on my iPhone, 28%, which I just pay the monthly fee on it because.
How much are those things now? I went to buy a phone a few months ago because I smashed mine, and the one, the top line one in the category I was looking was like $1,600.
Yeah, I tapped out at the 13, which was like $1,300.
Yeah, I settled for the $250 phone. It works just as well. It's got everything I need in it. You need a magnetron or GPS location to use the EMF meter in that. So,
well, I don't know about you, Max, but I'm protesting Apple until they make this self-installable for my convenience, because I'm sick and tired, man, of carrying this ball and chain around. I just want this thing in me so bad that I fantasize about it in my dreams. And I think it's part of our freedom is to let Apple know that we still have rights. It should be safe and convenient. And by safe, I don't really mean I care about safe. I mean more convenient. I want that thing installable in my forehead, in my pineal gland.
So you want to
subsidized by my government.
You want to be remote control pig, right? That's the ultimate goal, right?
They tried to do it against my will and they couldn't accomplish it. So now if we just help them along with their project, maybe they'll be successful for the first time at something.
Hi, Pete.
Sorry for the language, Marlena. I do apologize for that, for speaking. I tried to form sentences here today. It doesn't always work.
You can speak as long as it's profitable for us. Like we got to, these people, they don't have much money. We got to really hit them hard. Like
round them up.
Yeah, like you were in sales, right? So we got to hit them hard emotionally to get the bucks out of them.
Yeah. Well, I can't do it. I was going to tell them about the bad news on your health and stuff and give them a PayPal link, but that'd be pretty.
Yeah. I have super triple cancer and I need money for therapies and stuff. So send me your money. The links in
could you imagine though? It's like people, I actually did give a gal money once. Yeah. I won't say her name because I am not trying to be an asshole, but yeah, she actually did that to me. She was a YouTuber and she started asking all the people that she knows for money. And she had this real sad story, and it's like, I'm such a simp and a white knight. Here, I'll help you out. Let me send you. No, but I just said, hey, I'll send you some money. It was no expectation of pay me back or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then come to find out she was just running a campaign.
Nice.
And it always, don't you feel just violated when you try to do something nice?
No, I go out with...
And the people just slap you in the face.
When I give with the attitude that 9 out of 10 people are scamming me, going to use it for drugs or something I wouldn't want them to use my money for. And I live with the fact that 1 person out of 10 I'm probably helping.
Yeah.
And
it's a good ratio. It's probably more than that, but that's good to keep your expectation there, I guess, because
I keep it low. So because there are a lot of people in hardship and I don't know what they need,
We don't. It's true.
And
it's audacious and really vain to think that we would.
Yeah.
Everybody's unique. Yeah. But sometimes they lie to you and they say, well, can you get me some food? And you get them some food and then they throw your food in a trash can because they didn't actually want food. Their plan didn't work to get the money out of you for something else.
For food, yeah.
And everything's divide and conquer, it's like even the people that you'd want to help, they try to make it to where you grow cold and you don't want to because you feel like everybody's an opportunist, right?
And they're doing a good job of that by making a lot of people homeless here. Like I could point my camera out the window to probably any patch of trees around here, and you'll find tents in there.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I went to a place where they just built it out with all kinds of money, and it was this nice little area that obviously a lot of money came into, but they didn't think out the homeless situation, which had only grown in the time they'd built it out. And so I'm walking in to go to a pizza joint. You had people asleep in the planters, people laying right in the middle of the street. You didn't know if they're dead or alive. Not just like on the corner, like everywhere. You're basically either the kind of person that can tune it out, because I did notice that a lot of people, they don't even see it. They just, I'm just looking going, what the fuck is going on? I don't come to the city very much. This is blowing my mind, the condition of these people and the amount.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the pandemic, when people were losing their jobs for standing up for their rights, there were you could go downtown and there would be people with 4 poster beds on the sidewalk, big screen TVs and their truck,
okay.
And their kids,
I think if you see it every day, though, it's this gradual increase. so it doesn't affect you much. But if you live like a hermit out in the sticks, and then you come in and you see what's happening to the city in the high population centers, it's pretty it's a pretty big problem, actually, you know, for everyone when you consider.
Well, you should invest in tent sales, because the police come by and they trash all your stuff. They
give them credits. I know exactly how it works.
They take the tent away, and then they give them a little credit card.
Yeah, man.
With like $50 on it, and send them on their way. So, you know, tents are really probably big sale items right now, you know, so invest in tents.
And socks.
Yeah.
They need lots of socks.
Well, I'd love to talk about that, the hydro
What's that?
And stuff, lipids and all that, but I'll get banned.
Well, this is the way you talk about it, is you say,
yeah,
we're going to tell a story, a parable that's all fantasy. And if there was these things.
Yeah, we have these bunnies for you. When you get the bunny, you know, you put the bunny in you, and you're all. Is Bunny here? Oh no, Bunny is not here. I don't see Circle K or Bunny.
It's absurd, man. I get so irritated. You can't even talk about something that actually the people want to talk about, but you can.
Yeah, I did
if you want to be creative enough.
I let loose on one show I did with I did it on another guy's platform, but I streamed it to my channel, and I knew I was going to get banned for it because I just let loose everything. It was fun.
Oh.
It was very cathartic.
I have active strikes right now,
yeah.
So it's no fun.
Yeah, I just let loose.
Such a stupid system.
I just totally let loose, and
you have to do that. Sometimes.
Everything that was in there, and everything that's going to happen, and what's planned to happen, and all that, and how horrible it is, and yeah, it was very cathartic. I enjoyed it, but I knew I was going to get struck for that one for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's the only restriction in Canada. I can say smack about anything, anyone, pretty much, except for the vaccine. That's it.
Well, you said the word. You shouldn't say that.
I can say the word. I just can't smack it. So
you can't smack it.
Give it shit. Call it.
Well, I will say this. I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about
I don't have to say
Gremlins.
It's good or bad. I just can't say anything about it, really.
I'm talking about Gremlins, and I feel like when I'm around people that have Gremlins, that
I can smell the Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the day after effect. I have to kind of ground and cleanse myself out. Take naturopathic banned, type substances and stuff.
Smoking helps with the Gremlins.
I have actually heard significant positive things about that. I don't smoke except excessive amounts of ganja.
Yeah, what I think is that the tar binds up some of the Gremlins in the air.
Yeah. I just feel like there's been a few cases now where I didn't know someone started having Gremlins, right? Because they didn't tell me, they didn't share it. They're not like, hey, buddy, guess what? I now, am a Gremlin person.
You're a yeah, they put the Gremlins in the air.
And I'm sitting there.
We all have Gremlins.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there with my kids playing with their kids, and it started raining, and now I'm close to them. We're in close breathing space.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely getting aerosol liquid particles. We weren't making out or nothing.
Yeah.
But it was like
just
close enough that I'm under the back of the the back of the cab of the vehicle, just trying to get a little shelter. And I went back and I told my wife the next day, I said, they're Gremlin people. They got to be, because I know that feeling now.
Yeah.
And sure enough, a couple of weeks later, yep, they got Gremlins.
Yeah, that's like at work.
And
there's
they yeah.
There's Gremlin people at work. And I didn't know they were Gremlin. I thought they were woke and didn't go get Gremlins. But they got their Gremlins. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, I smell Gremlins. And they're laughing
smell
at me. Yeah. and they're laughing at me. They go, "Oh, Matt, he's gremlin." So I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah." So yeah, I can smell it. And when they first put out the gremlins, I could actually smell them in the car from the people in the cars going by.
You're kidding me. Really?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Wow, you're sensitive to it.
I am. I took the bus home, and I would be coughing on the bus from the gremlins.
Yep.
I'd have to get off, get some air, have some smoke.
I'm extreme about it.
calm me
Like
down.
I have a place where people who have gremlins stayed, and I won't even go in there because I need to clean it all out with alcohol and
Sanitize
some
the place.
chlorinated bleach.
Yeah, don't get them
Just-
wet. Right?
Ah,
Yeah, if you get gremlin people wet, are they going to drip gremlin all over the place?
I don't know, but I do know for sure that if you're around people who have gremlins, they give you some kind of residual of those gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hang, it's kind of like if you hang with the dogs, you're bound to get fleas.
Yeah.
You do catch the byproduct
Now,
of
have you
the
met
factory of manufacturing that.
Have you met
become.
gremlin people that regret getting gremlin or getting their gremlins?
I've met so many different people that have actually said, I was forced to, and then it seems like some of the times they'll say, well, I would have done it anyway, or some will say, I probably wouldn't have done it. But regardless, the fact that they were forced to
Yeah.
is their go-to kind of, I had no choice. I had to, my particular, and I can't believe how many different industries were forced to have gremlins.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't think that the distributor of some kind of food product or some guy that just goes in and drives a truck or brings some metrics to the table.
They weren't forced, really. They were. It's everything's a choice, man. You can just go live on the street, or you can take your gremlin.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second here. I'll be right back.
Sure, dude. I need a Timbit. Should I have a chocolate Timbit or a? Hold on. See, we have plain Timbits. They're sweet. They're not like entirely plain. They have some sugar in them. And Carl's, Karen's too, right? And I have a chocolate one.
Yeah, so it's a real deal. I mean, it's strange because I think about going to the pool. Well, now you probably want, in the past I would have said, oh, I don't want to go in here because it's so full of chlorine. And all this chlorine hurts my eyes and dries my skin out. And
So
I'd rather swim in a natural water system. Now I'm thinking,
just a big vat of chlorine,
if they're self-assembling
melt your
nano
skin
gremlins,
self-assembling nano gremlins. I like that.
does the chlorine
That's a good show
deactivate
title.
them?
That's a good
Self-assembling
show title.
nano gremlins?
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Pretty
Yeah, but we
much.
all know what's going on. But navigating those waters is a trip. It's such a strange world now.
Yeah, we might all be gremlin because they have a way to aerosolize it in China now, where they can just dump it out of a plane. And of course, there's always gremlin shedding, right?
So it's just the level of saturation.
Yeah.
It's just how much.
I'm actually on a regiment for the gremlins. I added, I don't know if you've heard of it before, velvet bean extract. Oh, it's excellent.
Good stuff,
It's been, it's got amazing effects. They've been studying it for use in Parkinson's disease, which is, as some people believe, heavy metal poisoning, because they've managed to break the blood-brain barrier with these new medications they've come up with, and also with the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, they can break the blood-brain barrier.
Well, we're going into winter, so I'm sure they'll reignite some fuel into that campaign. And
oh yeah, it's already ramping.
The boogeyman will come out again. Gremlins will be a big topic of discussion. Everybody will get real worried about it. And because, I think they can wring some more fear propaganda out of that whole deal. I think they got a couple more years.
Well, it's only around 1% uptake of Gremlins now, and that's pretty far off getting Justin a new boat. He needs a new boat and a new cottage, a bigger one.
But they'll just install somebody else.
Well, yeah, but we want to get Justin a boat, right?
Sure. Why not?
He goes. So,
sometimes you just got to burn the whole house down to rebuild something new.
He's already invested in the mRNA shot, so in the gremlin shot or the gremlins. So he likes gremlins. So the more gremlins people get, the better for him.
Yeah, I used to feel that way. Just let the guy who is the most sinister
if we
have
just
at it, because you might as well burn it all down at this point, and then hopefully the thing will unravel quicker so that real solutions could be presented.
Well,
but then
if
you
we
realize,
just give him a bunch of stuff, then he'll have enough, and he'll go away, right, and leave us all alone, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, right. It's insatiable, never-ending appetite of gluttony for control.
No.
It's never enough power.
No, if you just
that's why do you think they want a smart meter on your, and a smart toilet, be able to surveil every intimate detail of your life, like you're on some kind of reality show for the augmented intelligence that, you're beamed back.
Oh, see, Mr.
Every
Miyagi's got the right
impulse.
attitude. Every time he gets bit by a mosquito, he thanks Bill Gates,
Well, Mr. Me, I got attacked, man. And these things were some kind of super mosquito, because they
you're fully gremlin now, are you? You think you're fully gremlin?
They messed me up, man. I'm telling you, it was no joke.
Oh yeah.
And I don't doubt that
I got a swamp
those were synthetic
me.
On some level.
I have a swamp beside me. Maybe I should go spend some time in there.
Well, you could just go to a 5G tower and ground. Take your shirt off.
Do you see the birds? Do you see the birds hanging out underneath the 5G towers? You ever seen videos of that?
Well, I have not seen that, but I've seen plenty of them on electric lines, of course, right? Because they do and it is interesting, you look at all the things as maybe bad or whatever, but they could be getting zapped by it or stimulated by it and actually enjoying it.
They could be.
I don't doubt it at all.
Yeah,
they're obviously drawn to it.
If you hang out right underneath it, that's out of the beam. The beam actually radiates out. So being underneath it is actually one of the safest places. And the birds have actually intuitively caught on to that. And people say that the birds are attacking the 5G towers, when in actuality, all they're doing is trying to get out of the radiation. And they found right underneath it is the perfect place to be.
They're always going to try to twist it like, look, the birds are happy. They're singing songs to 5G. But they're finding shelter.
They were attacking 5G.
And then you know what? Even if it didn't cause any harm at that level, and I should say Five Guys and Fries for the sake of your stream, but you're still going to have
I'm allowed to talk about that.
A smart toilet. And your smart toilet is still some invasive piece of technology that is going to make some weird connection between you and technology where
there are smart toilets? Really? I got to get one. Does it do everything for you? Like I don't have one. Am I never going to want to leave the bathroom?
I mean, I might have one, but I'm not ready to come out about that yet.
Do people have personal
I'm still
relationships
experimenting
with these?
I'm kind of in the closet about my smart toilet.
And now I'm really curious. Do you have a personal relationship with your smart toilet?
I'm at a loss for words. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I just feel like the truth is when Sheila and I had our first experience, and I sat on her. There was a connection made, a love formed, a union that I don't know. I mean, it superseded the Trinity. It's definitely stronger than the Trinity. Yeah, it's designed to be a warm wash and a diagnostic tool for it. I have an old, stupid kind. I mean, I do have a bidet, full disclosure, and I'm a big proponent.
Oh,
I think everybody should have one.
I would use a bidet. Like,
they're fantastic.
Can you adjust the power on that?
Check this out, man. $25 on Amazon, the bestseller. There's like 14,000 5-star reviews. You go on there.
PSI am I going to get out of it?
Well, you have a his and hers setting. So there's two sprayers.
I want to see water coming out my nose.
And you have a knob, and it's based off the PSI of your household water pressure. So if you've got 50 PSI coming out of the, put it this way. Once it's concentrated down to that thin stream, you can pull paint off a paint can. So when it comes to the bottom of your rear, you can basically change your gender with one of these things if you're dedicated to the cause. You can add different, solvents, but it does a good job. And the best $25 I have spent.
It sounds like a great way to get some colloidals in you and some.
Sure. Well, it is kind of strange at first because you think, well, I might have to wipe still. I don't know that I'm a just pure bidet kind of guy. I want to really make sure everything's clean. But once you get good at it, you'll never go back. It's the best. It's the best fucking trip to the baño. You won't, dude. You'll hold it for days to get back to your own personal circumstances.
But I know I'm gonna, if
you should get it. $25. You'll love it, dude. You'll thank me forever.
I'm not gonna need to be married or anything or have any relationships at all. I'm just gonna be in the bathroom 24/7.
You'll thank me. You'll send me a letter. You won't want to admit it. It'll be off stream.
There's a trickle and a tickle. There's a stream and a beam.
It's exactly. You can just turn that thing up, but
I'm just going to sit.
You don't need much.
Crank that. Oh yeah.
I proceed with caution because it will tear the paint off a can. I mean, it is a little laser beam when you turn it up. You don't want to just go. What's funny though is when I first put it in, the kids didn't know anything about it, and neither did my wife. So I brought them in to show how clean, and I cleaned the toilet and everything and all this. And then all you have to do is turn it, and it shoots a straight stream right out, probably would shoot it 10 feet. So I was able to spray everyone in front of it as they looked in the toilet at my install. I'm like, look at it. Check it out. It's pretty funny. Anyway, that was terrible content right there, talking about, but liberating content. If you'll take the advice, you'll still find that what I said, every word was 100% true, and I said it for your benefit.
Thank you for that consumer message, that public service announcement about flushing your ass.
How else can I change your lives for the better? What else can I offer today to improve your circumstances?
Well, I don't know how you can top that. That was a supreme message for our soul. Like, I felt that on a soul level, on a cellular level, And if I turn it up high enough, I probably will feel it on a cellular level. Like, it'll change my aura,
Real talk, though, some of the things that are the most beneficial, I think, for people, I legitimately cannot say here. It would legitimately get your stream taken down. And I won't say it, but I'll just say that to say it is worth to search a little bit to look into certain things, because, man, they have got us in such a box when it comes to the whole...
and how backwards have we been taught? I've been drinking coffee all my life, and then I finally heard about coffee enemas. Like, what? Putting it in my mouth? Are you ridiculous? Like, it obviously, is much better to get it in that way.
Well, it causes a reaction with the liver, so it helps the liver.
Yeah,
Extract,
it's like an astringent.
release.
Help contract the muscles and the fibers, and I don't know what else is in there. I'm just making stuff up at this point, but all that good stuff in there needs some beans, apparently. So
yeah. I do think people have gotten addicted to the enemas, though, to where they feel like they can't eat food and not, have some kind of daily ritual with it too.
Well, South Park covered that reverse eating. So
did they actually do an episode on that?
They certainly did. Yeah. You would.
What, did Cartman feed himself through his butthole or something?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
What's her name? Martha Stewart came on and show you how to do a Christmas turkey or a Thanksgiving turkey. How you have to position yourself correctly. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I think that there's so many things in our food that are inflammatory that we can feel a lot of times that. I'll just speak for myself. In my experience, because when I first had problems with my digestion, I went to the doctor and they prescribed me a laxative. And then they could prescribe me a higher powered laxative. And then they prescribed me the highest powered laxative. He's like, give him all she's got, Captain. It's like, we're giving you the juice now, dude. This better work. And I was like a month in on my anniversary and nothing moving. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I'm sitting in the hotel as everybody's on the beach having fun. I'm like miserable
from complications like that.
Oh yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So I felt like when I went to natural stimulants, they work better actually than even the expensive pharma.
Yeah.
I'm totally cured, man. Like I know they say, oh, you can't be cured of anything, but those days are behind me.
Baking soda will empty a lot of people out. Just simple baking soda,
Yeah.
But
prune juice, not even it to me, everything natural would kind of help, but it never made it so I could just live a normal life. I had to really hone my diet in and eat a simple diet, just things I know that work. And ironically, I can eat wheat. I just ferment it. I make sourdough. So I thought I was gluten intolerant like everybody else. I just got to stay low on my sugars, eat high quality meats, and ferment everything that's not a meat, like ferment all my vegetables.
Oh, yeah?
I try to. I really cook them well to get rid of the lectins, break them down, pressure cook them. I do that kind of stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And it works great for me,
Yeah. I just stick to whole
Game
foods.
changer.
I try to stick to whole foods. That really cleans up your diet quite a bit. As long you can check with there's a code on all food, and you can actually check if it's a GMO product. But in Canada, a lot of products do label themselves non-GMO. So.
But baking soda works because it balances the pH, right? Isn't that what's going on there?
Yeah, and it also fills your bladder with water. It attracts a lot of water to your bladder. So
and why is that good? Just to clean out stones or?
Any people that
impurities.
Are bummed up with food, like any, some people eat a lot of cheese or something.
Because I've heard a lot of people who get headaches, they'll just put a little baking soda inside their cup with water, and it helps them with that.
Headaches. Yeah, that's a good one. I've never heard about that.
I found that blood parasites or parasites in the microgut biome.
We all have parasites, by the way.
Yeah. There's so much going on with that could even cross over into things that are along the lines of stuff I can't talk about that self-assembles.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you can't. No. You can talk about
it's interconnected.
Self-assembling gremlins.
No, yeah, there is self-assembling gremlins.
Yeah.
And like you said, with the aerosol and all
Vinegar
that,
and baking soda, yeah.
a lot of us have them in us unknowingly. Could be affecting your thought patterns, could be affecting your, predictable nature, or even just giving intel to things that would then be able to collate that and use that for bigger picture objectives, right? Because if they know the social consciousness of a percentage of the general public, they can make a lot of decisions of how to keep people enslaved with that. But it's no joke. That shit is going down. And there are ways to get that stuff out of us. And
yeah,
I think it's worth researching.
I've done plenty of research on it because my wife got gremlins.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not even if you got gremlins, or not even if you're just around people that have gremlins.
Yeah.
But people that have been suffering from things, for eons, like fibromyalgia, they go to the doctor one day and the doctor's like,
yeah, I gave my wife, she's on a constant cleanse right now. You can get these products. Quercetin is and zinc. It acts like hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin.
Yep.
Boron. If you take boron, that will help with the gremlins from not being able to assemble.
Boil the lemon peels too. I have lemons every single day.
So if you
just for that reason, because they're so powerful against parasites and absolutely, and balancing to the body.
Yeah, she takes.
I don't always have lemon pills. I have a lot of lemonade.
Yeah,
that I'll just
wormwood,
drop a maple syrup. Wormwood's good. Yeah.
Yeah, curcumin for inflammation.
Black walnut holes.
Black walnut. She was on that for a few weeks. You can't do that stuff constantly, though.
No, you can't. And it's irritating if you have a bad digestion situation going, sometimes jumping into that, because everyone says, well, you got to get rid of the parasites. But you're already clogged up or you're already in a inflamed state.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want to attack it with all those really stimulating.
There's a cleansing bath to get the metals and other things out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Boron,
Epsom salt,
baking soda, and Epsom salts, a cup each. Hey, Ralph. Yeah, I've got her on quite a regimen for gremlins, and it seems to be working. She did get. She has had a small touch of strep throat past yesterday and today, but she says she's feeling much better. So if that's the worst she gets, she hasn't been sick since they introduced the gremlins, because I got her right onto this regimen after she started taking the gremlins. So that was 2 years ago almost now, or a year and a half. Yeah.
I got a family member just got walking pneumonia. Of course, they'd never attribute the two, but you know.
Yeah, so there are ways to combat the gremlins that seem to work. A couple of the guys at work are on quercetin. One of them has stopped taking it, and he's gotten sick. I wish he'd get back on it.
I look at it, it's likened to someone who took steroids, right? You shut down the production of a certain part of your body. So if you're going to get away from that way of living, because of course that roller coaster is to keep getting more and more gremlins. You know, they don't have like some end all be all gremlin where once you have one, you're good to go. The goal is you're in syndication, you're on a regular frequency.
Well, haven't you heard
updating yourself?
They have a gremlin for the gremlin. Like anybody who has a bad reaction to the gremlins, they have
like an update gremlin.
And what you do is you jab it right in your heart. It goes right in your heart. So they jab a gremlin in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And iodine's one you got to watch too, because a lot of this iodine comes from China and it's suspect, the source. So, I mean, it's...
Get your iodine from Alex Jones. There you go.
I go on Etsy. There's a couple of places there that I feel are pretty...
There's probably better places to get it.
I love buying from small businesses on Etsy, and I've had a couple bad experiences. I've definitely ran into sellers that didn't give a shit about what they were doing, but I've also met some just amazing manufacturers of stuff that probably should get a lot more for their products than they do, but they just have a small audience on Etsy. I think it's a good place to look for a lot of these natural things.
Yeah. there are a lot of good companies out there that sell great products. But yeah, you have to search them down, or go and get them recommended by somebody else. Healthy Planet, we have Healthy Planet, owned by George Soros, by the way, as far as I understand, which is that figures, right? You got to cover both ends. Like they've done a really good job of that.
You know where I see this going, Max?
Where?
I see it coming to a place where average, everyday, ordinary people, you will be able to go to them and show them, look, they augmented you. You're not the same as before they tinkered with you. Mm-hmm. And here's this cleansing protocol. You can actually have your normal unlinked, undocked up brain back if you want to go through some disciplines.
Yeah.
And the people in their own recognizance and their own free will look mm-hmm. right at you with their zombie, empty, devil eyes, blackened eyes, and they'll tell you, they would never give up the life they have now, the convenience, the connected to all the technology, because they'll be lulled right into it. And so there will come a time where you have the solution. People can always find ways to, because the body naturally wants to extract synthetic things. So if you are working on that in any capacity, you're probably countering to a certain degree, unless you're just sitting there every single day eating a fucking glyphosate Big Mac or something. But if you're making any attempts, you're probably
it's a DNA change, right? It's a DNA change, not a chromosome change. Chromosomes are what you're built from, really. Your chromosomes set what your DNA is going to be. So they're messing with, even eating something changes your DNA. The different things you eat will change your DNA to a small degree. So, like you say, if you're going to get rid of these toxins eventually, they're going to come out. That's why they need to give you gremlins again and again, because they do.
But once they have you so far, you will be all but more than of a willing participant to say, hopefully, I want to stay on my frequency. Don't stop me. It's like any drug, right?
Yeah.
You didn't start thinking you'd become dependent, but there will come a time where the idea of not going in and getting boosted or doing whatever you got to do with your favorite gremlin, you wouldn't be able to convince anyone, even if you had all the solution right there in front of them, because, man, that's their whole identity. It links them to their social not working. It links them to their alternative realm, the meta or whatever, their online identity, their social networking, or their social score. All these things, right?
That's going to be awesome.
Because you will need to have it in you. These are the precursors of it right now. You're getting flooded with what will allow you to be integrated, assimilated. Mm-hmm. But at one point, they won't have to deceive you, right? Because you don't want to lose who you are. It became who you are in the process, even if you got duped into it. One day you woke up and your consciousness was in the box that you became connected to. The idea of not having that capability, see, they don't have to give you a new phone now or anything. It's already in you.
I can't wait for that day when we'll just be integrated, because we've been promised by Noah Harari, that as time goes on, human thinking will become less and less important or relevant, and we'll just let the AI do all the thinking for us. Apparently, this is how
they've certainly laid the groundwork for that type of thinking.
I'm
right?
excited. I'm excited. Well, I guess I won't be, or will I be? I don't know. That'll be.
You won't have any emotion.
That'll be up to Noah
Emotion
Harari
is like an opinion.
That'll be up to somebody else to decide whether I'm happy or not about it.
If you have a feeling about it, just observe the feeling and watch it dissolve as it moves into nothingness, because your feelings about it don't matter. What matters is will be thinking for you. Because, of course, the augmented intelligence is so much more sophisticated. It's so much more clever. It is the
and
ultimate
that's
responder
you hit
to our
upon
needs.
a great word. You see, we're not sophisticated enough. That's apparently the case. The young man at work that tells me that all the time, that, we're not sophisticated enough to make our own decisions. We have to get these sophisticated people to do it for us. Now, how do you become a sophisticated person? That's not such an easy thing. You have to be born in the right family.
You become an Ask Clown Gong Show character. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to sell your soul. You got to lick your lips and make love to the camera.
Become sophisticated. So, yeah, we're not sophisticated enough, so we need them to do it for us. Happy anniversary.
Sure we do.
Today is my 29th anniversary. Nice. And I'm sorry to hear about your brother. Actually, we lost 2 brothers, apparently. And that is rough. I lost a guy at work. He killed himself. And my brother died a few weeks ago. Not from, as far as I know, not from gremlins, but yeah. There's a lot of people passing on recently.
Mm-hmm. But imagine if you could run a frequency.
10,000 in Canada have decided to take the free opportunity to have themselves suicided.
Imagine if you could run a frequency and you could deactivate what's been installed.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
Well, yeah, I would like to see that at some point.
It's already there.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Where?
Well, there is technology that can be procured for those that want to seek out said technology.
Is this like a sales pitch, or you got something?
I have nothing to gain.
Well, you can.
This is not financial or spiritual advice.
You could talk about
consult with your titled white lab coat.
Yeah.
Ask Clown Gong
do you have a particular
choice.
Device in mind, or do you have one that you use?
I have numerous ones that I tinker around with. Yes, I do.
Could you show us some?
You want me to Vanna White my my forbidden technology?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. If I had any, I would do it too. All I have is my little grounding things that I made. That's it.
I got this little fancy device here.
Well, that's cool.
And
did any of them work?
It actually has a little current accelerator on it there that you can, beam me up, Scotty, if you really want to get things moving. But that's a blood electrifier.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put you up full screen here. Okay. Show us all your stuff. Tell us what it does and what you found about each one.
The new black market forbidden technology that you're not supposed to know about that's going to get Max Vision banned on YouTube.
Woo!
This one's a blood electrifier. So the concept behind this one is that you're running small, low current and actually cleansing out the blood of parasites.
So does this have electrodes? Do you connect your nipples or your junk, or
it does? You can connect it to your wrists, or you could connect it to your. They're just. This one here is just
alligator clamps. Oh yeah, they are.
You see
those?
They're
not alligator clips.
They are alligator clips that connect to the actual box.
Oh, not to you.
No, the strap connects to you, and then you want to get like a saline solution and wet it down so it's conductive, and then you definitely feel it. My personal testimony with this thing is that this is just an energizer. I don't use this very much at all, even because after I use it, I feel like I could run a marathon.
Really?
It's almost like synthetic methamphetamine to me. I'm very sensitive to frequencies, though, and this kind of stuff. And I don't know if somebody would have the same result or if they would even notice anything at all. I've heard a variety of different testimonials. But for me, I'll do a session with this. If I did it late at night before I went to bed, I wouldn't be able to sleep all night. I'd be up all night, just mind, you know. So it's not necessarily what I prefer as far as the result, but it doesn't mean that there wouldn't be some medical benefits. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not giving anybody, I'm not saying go out, run out, you go get you one of these right now. It's going to change your life. Just my testimony. It gives a lot of energy actually after using it. So I don't know exactly what it is about that other than it's supposed to be a blood electrifier. And that's one of the main testimonials people say is they get significant amount of energy. But you're opening up your blood cells to being able to uptake different things that you ingest. So a lot of people will pair this with vitamin C, and they find that if they're facing something, they will be able to flood their blood cells with vitamin C, which helps just your immune system and get you moving in the right direction. Supposedly, like, you know, I don't fully understand the science behind this one. And it's not really a complicated situation. It's just that, you know.
How's it powered?
Like
batteries or
4 9-volt batteries.
Yeah.
But I have heard people say that, and the reason why I say with hesitation a little bit, because I've heard some people say they will use these, and if they're around people with gremlins,
yeah,
that it makes the shit get in you deeper.
Oh, wow.
Especially certain frequencies.
Yeah.
Like, in particular, the 4 hertz. You see what I'm saying? So I don't play with the 4 hertz as much, even though that's like a right frequency and
yeah, that's
one that a lot of people talk about.
Yeah, it's a good one for you.
Yeah. But this is the one I like here. I like this one a lot. This is that. You've probably seen these if you've ever done any research on it. But
no.
This has a lot of the Hulda Clark. It's got a bunch of right frequency modes, 2280, 2127, 2489, 2000. Those are all the hertz. It's got the right hertz 727, 787, 880, and 800. It runs through some different modes, 10,000, 5,000, 6,000 hertz. And, you know, they got a lot of different information out there if you want to go down the rabbit hole of how different frequencies affect different types of disease, things that might be in the body, mental states.
There are entire lists of frequencies. You can just go online. You just type in basically lists of healing frequencies.
Yeah.
And they come up, and you can compare the lists and see that if they're all congruent and have some belief in that frequency does what they say, as long as you can get a few different sites that agree, get a consensus on it.
But, you know, I've never faced any major disease that I've tried to mitigate with this, but this thing does work, you know. It's like it's amazing just the different ways it comes in handy.
Yeah.
And if you have one and you start using it, you take around with it, or you start feeling something coming on and you pull this thing out or whatever, you're like, man, that thing is invaluable. That's fucking priceless. Every single person on the planet should have one. Every hospital, I mean, you wouldn't, you know, but at the same time, you don't want to say it too loud because people, they don't like this technology, right? And I'm not making any claims. And I'm not saying.
Is that a sound generator or?
But it's contact based, so you could hear sounds generated off of it. I tinkered with it. I don't even remember what I did, but some of these are so high or low frequency that you wouldn't be able to hear it anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they got 31,600 hertz, 30,500, 30,000. Those are Clark frequencies. Croft Terminator frequency 15,000 hertz. Right frequencies, I went through those already. MX mode, ultimate mode.
Max. You wanted more Max.
He's the best cat. What a good boy.
You're
What a
gorgeous.
good boy you are,
gorgeous.
Max.
Such a good boy.
Oh, you're such a
good boy. Look at
decent
that
cat.
happy face.
We've seen a lot of cats, but you're a spectacular cat, Max.
He's the best. We're going to rule the world. You know me. That's what he's told me anyway. Yes.
Yeah.
Good boy.
He's got it all figured out.
It's you on the screen alone. Just you. There you go.
He's not worried about nothing.
We all could use a little more cat, right? A little more catness in our life. It's all chill, man. Okay, let's get back to
yeah, so I don't make any claims. I'm not telling anybody they should do anything. And I really mean that. I'm not just saying that because they force you to say that stuff. Like, I legitimately am just experimenting. So I'm not some huge advocate, and I have no affiliation with anything. And those might not even be the best ones that I just showed you. There may be way better ones out there. I see all kinds of claims and things that
there was
promote.
one put out by a lady who worked with William Wright, and this gentleman claimed, I know a guy that bought one, and he claims it's just the best device. It's $500 though, so you got to lay down.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to lay down some cash for the possibility of something working for you, right? Which
it's probably this one.
It came in a wooden box.
Oh, okay. I think I have seen what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Similar technology. But those are contact based. A lot of these plasma ball type technologies. Oh, it did emit.
It had a coil inside an emitter. Not a very powerful one, but I don't know.
I wouldn't mind having one that you could position strategically in your main living areas to kind of tune a room, if you will, and bring in some kind of just regular routine of energy cycles, because I do think it's a great way to counteract all the bullshit that's being propagated against us.
This really does work. This I found works. Grounding. I'm grounding with a battery constantly. If I weren't doing this at this point of the year, I would have.
I can't see you. What are you showing? You're showing a.
I would have aching teeth at this point of the year, and be unable to operate normally.
Yeah.
This year, because I had 2 weeks of it where I experimented, and I did experiment again, allowing myself not to be grounded. I took the grounding devices off, and the toothache and pain in my nasal cavity returned. It was terrible.
So that's this first one that I got. I have not used it yet, but that's part of what I got it is because with the DC option there, you can do localized treatment. And I've read a lot of where people would have like a toothache and they would utilize the technology to address the bacteria and inflammation, infection in that area. And I don't know. We'll see. I haven't ran across that yet. If I have that issue, I hate dentists, so I imagine one day I will.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you.
Well, if it's electric, it'll start either in your temple, eye, nose, or your teeth. And it'll be like you'll feel a little dancing, like electrons dancing, just kind of giving you a little sensation, not really pain or that. And then it will make its way up to pain wherever it decides to settle. Because what happens with the free electrons is they swirl around in little eddy currents on your skin, looking for some place to bore in.
Sure.
And and on a lot of people, it's their teeth or their gums. You'll get inflamed, and it'll actually inflame your gums or your nasal cavities, or even your brain, I guess. And so that's why grounding works so well, because it pulls all those free electrons off of you. And
what do you think about C60? Have you tinkered with that?
I would really like to try that. I haven't found a good source of it here in Canada. It's hard to get stuff like that. Have you tried
I'm skeptical of it just because it does have a conductive nature to it, and it is a nanotechnology. However, I understand people say it's inert and it's essentially made from carbon, so it's not supposedly
it should flush out of your system. It really.
Yeah.
You know,
I have messed with it. I have some,
yeah.
and I did notice instantaneous type benefit with it, I guess, especially in the area of inflammation. But I stopped because of that. And yet I feel like with all these other things, I'm able to address it just fine too. I think there's a lot of things that work is what we're finding out right now.
Yeah.
When it comes to like hydrogen, it comes to frequency,
Yeah,
it comes to, cleaning the blood out. There's a lot of shit that you can look at.
I hadn't kept up to my colloidals. I didn't fill up my jug for a couple days.
Totally.
And,
iodine,
I
colloidal
found
silver.
that I started to get a little bit of inflammation because I have arthritis, right? I could be on a disability right now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be because of all the regimen I've found works for me. So I can
MSM is another one.
Yeah, I got some of that. I got some
of
That's
that
great.
too. It's amazing.
For getting medications in, I use that with.
Dude, another one for getting medications in is the DMSO.
Yeah.
That stuff is incredible. I mean, I always have a bottle of that on hand, and I'll use it with arnica gel to penetrate topical bruises and constant pains I'll get in my arm from trying to pitch hard. To help the dogs utter. Yeah, I still have some. It's probably going to go bad before I use it because I don't really I don't need it. So I figure, I do think it works, but there are other things that work that I'm not as suspect about. So why not just use the host of a variety of other things like DMSO and arnica gel? It's a great combination. It's amazing.
Yeah, and get some of that DSO. It can be a little pricey, but it's not that bad.
It is. It's a solvent.
But you're not going to use a lot
jar
of it.
Will go a long ways.
Yeah, you don't use a lot of it, which is amazing because like when I put it on and it actually heats up your skin. So you really don't want to put a lot of it on because it'll burn.
It will.
So use a minimal amount. Like I put it in a magnesium gel I use to relax muscles. And I use like a couple of drops, literally, like just the tip of my finger, mix it all in with, a quarter ounce of stuff. And it, it's still, you feel it. It's hot. Like it's hot when it gets first on your skin. But that's
it's crazy because I struggled for so long with these little health issues, viral things that would like creep up throughout the body, and I had no defense and I didn't trust doctors. And man, it's fucking crazy how they got us screwed over as a people.
So, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been to the doctor in years.
No, neither have I.
I went a couple of years ago because I had a nasal infection and I thought he might have an effective spray for that. But salt water, that's pretty much it. So
sounds like icy hot and you can get that over the counter. Yeah, but you know what? And you can get DMSO over the counter too. It's not like a prescription basis thing, but it is a carrier solvent. So anything you add to it,
be sure
it immediately goes to the bloodstream.
Be sure you don't have anything on your hands when you're applying it too, right?
Yeah. Don't have oil from the car or nothing. You just fucking
that'll go right into your bloodstream apparently.
Have mercury-based paints that you just
don't be playing with aluminum or graphene or graphene oxide and start rubbing your skin. And then graphene is in pencils, guys. Just so you know.
Right, when you're chewing on your pencil tip.
It's graphite, but graphene is just sheared cut graphene or graphite. So same thing. Comes from the same thing.
Yeah. Although I imagine if you did want to get some more aluminum to make you more conductive, you could put the DMSO on your scrape the liner away on your aluminum can and put the DMSO on that.
Get yourself a Bluetooth signal. That's what I'm missing in my life, a Bluetooth signal. I want my own Bluetooth number.
Every one of these things that you research, and there's so many other things I could mention, but I won't. But everybody says, "Oh, well, it can hurt you, it could kill you," and it's like, well, yeah. I mean, Of course, anything can in excess. Water will kill you in excess. You know, I mean, if you're stupid with it, you don't know what you're doing, and you don't do any research, and then all of a sudden you have a gigantic fucking burn on your head because you stuck hydrochloric acid on your forehead. You know, it's like
Now there's an idea.
DMSO weed. Would that be but you know what? Actually, with the RSO, I bet you it's epic. I'm sure somebody's done it. But you combine fully extracted cannabis oil with the
we've got
advantages of
that up
DMSO.
I can get 99% THC diamonds up here.
Yeah.
And I could just mix that with some DSMO. And
I would just make fully extracted oil. It's better than any of this concentrated stuff anyway. Simpler concentrates just from natural methods. Use like a food grade alcohol, let it dissipate, and then take that with the DMSO. Oh man, that's going to go straight into the bloodstream, and it's going to be very medicinal.
This is not medical advice. Do not do anything we are recommending.
No.
Anything
we're recommending. I'm not recommending it. Max is. He just took full liability. I'm actually.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. Nobody's recommending anything.
Throw me under the bus, thanks.
Nobody's recommending anything. Well, you said recommending. You said don't do anything we're recommending.
That's true, I did. Yeah, caught me.
It's like, don't take the financial advice I'm giving you right now.
Yeah.
All right. Here's your prescription. Don't take it. No, but we're not recommending anything because truly everybody's body's different. And I think fundamentally everybody should be their own doctor anyway. Like you are accountable for the ultimate decision, even if you decide to go with what your doctor tells you or whatever. So don't be running around trying to place blame on other people because they have opinion or they have experiences they want to share. And we're all just learning, but I'm no authority. So yeah, definitely don't take my advice. Why would you? I'm just a guy on YouTube with an opinion. Go figure what's new.
Yeah, I have a toque that's EMF protective. My clothes are EMF protective. My shirts. I'm actually working on a way to apply silver to shirts.
That's good. That's cool.
I'm not doing so well. I have a roller, a segmented roller. It's got just a whole bunch of little lines on it. I'm going to try that this afternoon and see how that works out. So, yeah, getting protective clothing has kept me. Usually, most winters I've been here, usually around this time, I start getting an aching feeling in my body, and that'll last all winter. I'll feel kind of coldy and achy all winter. And since I started wearing these shirts and underwear, that achy feeling doesn't happen in the winter. I'd usually be tired all winter long too, low energy, everything just down, and that stopped, which is amazing. So yeah, and I work on further protection. I'm doing grounding. I made different devices for that. I've got a necklace. I've got belt loop devices.
Don't take my heart, my achy breaky heart.
You can use grounding throughout your body. Scotty boy, he was here earlier. He was going to try it on his legs, but I tried that with the bracelet before. It's really uncomfortable. I don't know if that would fit in your sock though, but this works great. Like I carry multiple with me. I have 3 of these. So if I'm at work and I start to feel that sensation, I just add another one and it stops. So yeah, I had really good luck with this that device, like actual effects, which
that is cool.
Yeah.
How is it grounding though? Is it, if you put it in the shoe, is that copper touching the ground?
Well, right now it's over my belt loop, touching my waist. Right. I guess you could put it in your sock. Yeah. I put it at the top of your sock. I think it has to touch your skin. I'm not sure on that though. Like I haven't proven out this technology or anything.
It's basically a pulsar. it's similar technology to what I was just showing you, because a lot of people, those were the original incarnations, was just a pulsar from a 9-volt that would
all
run.
All this does is just connect it to the negative pole, which is a ground.
Yeah.
And that's all it does. It just acts as a ground.
But you feel like it gives you energy, right?
No, just stops my teeth from aching. Yeah.
You don't notice any energy increase. Do you have good energy levels?
Decent. Not great, but yeah, never really had it. Not like one of those bursting energy people. I'd love to be, but I'm not.
You know what I noticed messing with that stuff is I don't have headaches anymore. I mean, or very rarely. I'll get them seldom. I used to get them like weekly.
I get a nasal or a tooth thing going on, and that'll give me a headache. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
Headaches aren't normal, guys. Any ache you have is not normal. It's probably being done to you. You know, we're very resilient. We have excellent repair systems. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a EMF umbrella? That'd be a good product for that category.
Yeah,
right?
I've thought of that myself, and I've even gone over how to do it in my head.
Dude, I would love to be the guy who has this fucking silver umbrella out on a beautiful sunny, like everybody's going, what the fuck, dude? Did you hear there's rain in the forecast?
Hi, Desert Rose.
And I'll just be like, yeah, man. Look at the label on the back. Because, I mean, really, if you go in the population centers, you could really benefit from having just a shield like that you put over your head. To have a helmet or some uncomfortable thing. It's keeping UV rays out and stuff. Not that I'm for the sun, but at the same time, a good umbrella device like that, I would use it. Definitely be a conversation starter, though, being the guy with an umbrella out in the middle of the day.
I have a hat that I've lined with silver, that's totally something I've already thought of, I do that too. Not outside. I have the extension cord connected to my ground in my apartment, and it helps. Every bit of grounding you can do. You can buy grounding mats that you can just put your feet on as well, which is good.
I have had the Manuka honey. It's good stuff. I'd like
to try that. How much is that? That stuff's expensive, eh?
Oh, it's just
that red honey. Is that what you're talking
it'll
about?
cost you like a month's wage to have like 4 ounces of it, but it's good stuff.
It's supposed to be like ayahuasca.
Apparently, the flowers that the bees will pollinate with or interact with, it creates just this really medicinal honey, and it almost has a little medicinal smell to it. But it's a real dark honey, or at least all the versions I've tried of it are, and it is tremendous for sore throat, for common cold. The moment you feel something like that coming on, you do a little Manuka honey. It is. Manuka. See, that's the thing. There are so many solutions that have just not been promoted because they're not.
I don't think it's the same stuff. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've seen it before.
Yeah, you can get it in a bunch of forms. You can get it for topical.
It's red honey. It's mad. They call it. Some of them are mad honey. What do we have here?
Yeah, that wetter spoon one. I've had that before.
Isn't that supposed to be like taking ayahuasca? Some of these?
No.
No? Okay, that's what I was told.
Do you want a trip like you're on ayahuasca?
No, not really.
I can give you a life hack.
Eat
banana get you peels. There real quick.
Banana peels. Just chomp down on some banana.
Just run into your medicine cabinet and eat a bunch of Dramamine.
Dramamine. Don't have any. Sorry.
Motion sickness pills.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't recommend it, and I'm not advising anyone to do that.
I'm not going to do it. So I don't take any. I can't even take aspirin.
Nutmeg, I have heard, can get you wildly off the edge if you're willing to take significant amounts.
Do you snort it?
You can even eat it in significant amounts. But you could snort it if you want to do snuff, nutmeg snuff.
Is that quicker?
Indie Groove wants a final solution, and I'm here to serve the people. So I do think
In what way? Like the final solution to what? Though?
the final solution to everything. He wants
Oh, okay.
a bow tied
Life-
on reality.
Life, the universe.
He wants to
and
put a
everything.
nice end cap to the whole chaos and
Well, wasn't-
confusion that's
Well, it's already been
ensued.
done. It's 42.
If 42 is the answer?
Yeah.
Which is actually in numerology or gematria 6, which is the spiraling down. So basically, we're all going to hell in a handbasket. That's the message you got
it's-
for us today.
It's the answer to the question. It's the question. You
The
know, you
final
didn't-
solution?
Yeah, you didn't ask the right question. So
Play stupid games, get stupid answers.
yeah. So
Wow.
7 times 9 is 42.
I think it was a brilliant proposal, and I think that
they
we
got
can.
it right.
I think we can do better than 42. I'm going to give the answer of. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with.
I'm gonna hit my pipe real hard here for this answer.
I forgot. Yeah.
There we go. That's what I was waiting to hear.
Diet Coke. I got sidetracked. You know the answer, but you need the right question. But the Earth ended too soon. It did end rather quickly, huh? I didn't even get through one lifetime. We've already burned this fucking train out. No, we're just a science experiment. We're held within some boundary lines,
How
There's a lot
controlled
outside
are
of
we?
that.
How controlled are we? Like, do you think
We're
I think,
controlled to the degree
we've
that.
got alien
Put it this way:
overlords,
our
right?
toilets have
We've
been
got
smart.
our elites and our controllers that way, our government controllers. We've got our alien overlords controllers. Our alien overlord controllers have jellyfish controllers. I don't know if those jellyfish controllers have controllers, but there's a lot of controllers.
We had smart toilets before we knew what a smart toilet was. They've always been smart toilets. Everything is smart technology. There's nothing that's not. It's all, illusory things that present themselves as particles that are actually nothingness. So the number I'm aiming for is 0. 0 point energy. So you want to get back to counter space, to the plane of inertia,
I
where
want
all
to
the
be
converging
absorbed.
magnetic and dielectric lines find some kind of equilibrium.
Just merge as one consciousness. Forget all individuality. Become the Borg.
Well, that's the irony of reality, is that you are interconnected to everything and to everyone at some level, but simultaneously almost like showing the non-absoluteness of the framework of reality, that not only are things subject to change, two diametrically opposed things can simultaneously coexist. And you realize you are, just the mere fact that your mind and matter and consciousness.
Well, we
It's a
can
wicked
stop that.
observation.
We could stop that, Mr. Miyagi, with work.
It's a
Program.
wicked observation
Yeah.
in a dirt hole. The meaning of 0 is new beginnings and renewal. It's also the end, though, right? I mean, it's the point where everything begins and ends, is at 0. You can move forward or backwards from 0 point.
The Indians invented 0, apparently. Apparently, for a long time, there was no 0. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that once.
I don't buy it.
No?
Yeah, because there's always been a famine, right?
It was a comedian. It was a comedian who said that.
What did you? Yeah, he's totally
There's-
fucking
there's,
with your head
who-
to say
yeah.
there's no 0. It's like, well,
Yeah,
what
who
did
was
you
it?
have
Russell.
when you had no
Russell
food?
Peters.
Did you?
Russell Peters. That's it.
When you burnt your last log of wood,
didn't-
how many did you have left?
He had agreed.
We didn't have a number for it. None. Okay, well, that's 0. It's just a label, signpost pointing to something, right? None is 0. 0 is none.
Yeah.
But the Fibonacci sequence doesn't have a 4. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and on and on and on. 13. But it skips the 4. And
Are we the
so a lot of people say
Fibonacci
4 is an illusion. It's somehow some kind of mind fuck that it doesn't really exist. It's time. It's an illusion. 4 is an illusion. That's how we have this realm. Is
the 4D, right? 4D.
I guess so.
Right.
I don't buy it. It's another religion. It's another box.
I'm in. Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on.
We'll all go. No, I miss church for the camaraderie and stuff like that. That was one good thing about church. But don't you think it's kind of interesting they don't actually have community centers, or at least they don't around the area I'm in. The community center we have here, I swear to God, it's not used for anything other than maybe they'll do an Elks Lodge meeting.
Yeah, we have like there's a city center where people hang out, but nobody really interacts.
No, people don't do it anymore. This is it right here.
Yeah, like
we're under the censorship veil of YouTube.
Well, you can't look them in the eyes or you'll get the gremlins, right?
This is your town square, though, right?
That was actually promoted in some areas, that eye-to-eye contact could cause the gremlins.
Oh yeah, the droplets.
Yeah.
Aerosol droplets. One guy coughs.
Eyeballs, you're blinking and stuff, and all your blinking will get out there, and you'll get gremlins.
But it was a foretelling of the future.
Yeah.
Because once the, I guess, injectable gremlins was released, now you probably can.
We did.
We're all getting small elements of it.
Yeah, constantly. That's why cleansing is a good thing these days. Constantly.
Is 4 in the Sophil Geo sequence? 4 is Earth's number. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to look it up. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I have all the frequencies written down. 4 is not in there. No.
So it's not in either of them. Isn't that interesting?
No, well, the lower, it would be, I don't think it would be a 4. But there would be a number around 4 that would work out to it. It's not the right file.
I see what you're saying.
Like you can up the frequency and take it down in number as well. Like you can go higher on the sequence or lower.
It's between 174 and 963 hertz.
Yeah. But you could go lower. I don't know if you'd end up in a negative at that point though, because it does start quite high, around say 170. So
that's what this thing. I would like to get one of these generators because that's what this thing I have doesn't have. It doesn't have any of these Sophil Geo frequencies.
My phone.
Solfeggio.
My phone does it for me.
Oh, you know what? I was doing that on YouTube, just looking up these frequencies and beaming them while I was cooking and doing different work.
And I plan to make some videos, but I have like this is a frequency and sound generator, right?
Yeah.
So I can.
You can run them together and get binaural.
Just tune it up, to 432 or whatever you want. I like 432 and 528 a lot. This
is how Max is controlling me.
Yep. I'll put it to 440, so that way we can 528. Where are we here? I love the sound. If you listen to it for a while, it starts to sound like somebody saying "Om" over and over, like just on the M part.
4 strands for foundation. Why would we not need a foundation? That's an interesting question.
We discussed that over on your show, actually, the 4-stranded DNA.
Yeah.
Because I did hear it, and I saw the image once, but I can't find it again. I made that up. They have apparently an image of the first images of DNA was 4-stranded, and after that, it was all faked. There was a video explaining that. But our DNA is 4-stranded, not 2-stranded.
Yep.
Which would make
I would guess that's the case.
It would make a lot of sense.
It does, especially because it's the roadmap for this realm, which is the realm of time and illusion of form, which somehow is attributed to that number 4. So it's like it's interconnected in a number of different ways. 4-strand DNA.
4 is
It's
stability
like,
card in tarot.
It's a more efficient energy transfer too, right? Because it's like 220 circuitry, which we did talk about in my stream there.
Yeah, and everything's made up of dipoles, so why wouldn't you have 2 dipoles like light, you know? That's 2 dipoles right there of electricity.
Yeah, you got a neutral and a ground, and then 2
so positive
essentially
and
powers,
2
2
positive, 2
positives.
negatives. 2 positive, 2 negatives. And of course, even in here, you can see the disc. There's an accretion disc. That's a lot of people use that for flat Earth theory too. Is that in between these rotating electrons, there's also an accretion disk. So the flat plane is there as well, the inertial plane.
Yeah, that looks like one of those. What the hell do they call them? The I'm drawing a blank now. Lakovsky coils I was talking about. That's what they usually are, is those round discs like that, and they use a sacred geometry, interconnect in copper or something, and it harnesses energy from the reality, from the ether.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could just build an antenna that would suck up all the EMF radiation. Is there, like, you know, what would be better than a ground? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think that would do it, actually. Yep.
So just an antenna. You think that would just do it? Huh. I don't know.
I think you can also overpower the frequencies by tuning a room with these generators, because a lot of these things are like just subtle environmental noise that it's just pollution.
There's a free energy device I'm actually in the middle of building. I don't have all the components for it yet, but it's magnetic. It's all based on magnets. I have a little LED to run on it, and you just stick it in the ground, and it's supposed to be like an atmospheric collector. And all it's got on it is like an antenna, and then a magnet. I don't know which way the magnet is oriented, but it's part of the antenna array. It goes down, and it goes through a loop of magnets twice that are all pointed inward. I don't know if I'm going to try both positive and negative pole on both sets of magnets, the one in the antenna and the one in the circular array. And then it just goes to the ground. So you put a device between that and the ground. It's just a ring of magnets pointed in, and apparently that creates like a 0 point, pulling the free electrons in and trapping them in the antenna after the magnet going down. Hey, Teresa.
A lot of this stuff is intuitive too. You know, when you go about designing something like that, you find you can just, for example, orgone pucks. You ever made those?
No, but
I made a bunch of them, and pyramids. I don't necessarily recommend it. I think there's better technology. Actually, orgone to me is it's soaking in whatever's in the environment. So hypothetically, if you put it in a city center,
a cool breeze off of orgone.
Do you?
Which is probably negative ions.
Yeah.
So they seem to have some effect.
I like using the same premise but charged with intention. But yeah, it's, I got Orgone pucks sitting out on my land and stuff, so hopefully they're doing some good. I just try to put them in places that I want to expand. I just try to, because that's, to me, they're kind of preset to tune or to work with what's already there.
Yeah. Have you seen those cloud cannons they make? Like Orgone
Cloud busters.
Yeah, those are cool. Looks like
Yeah,
some.
I don't have any. There's, you know what? No aerosol spraying here, man. It's been clear skies for days on end.
You know what?
Absolutely
There hasn't
beautiful.
been much here either. I saw a couple of planes going by, and they had the normal stuff, but then it went away, and I was going, well, where's it going? Why did it go away? I don't know why condensation ever goes away. It should stay in the air, right? Isn't that how it works? And yeah,
Well,
it's been a couple days. Maybe somebody got assassinated. I don't know. Maybe
apparently,
the funding dried up. Apparently, BlackRock is hemorrhaging money at the moment. Did you hear that? Have you heard that or anything about that?
tell me about it. I'm curious.
I don't
So
know much about
BlackRock,
it. That's just what I heard.
God, that's a real nice group of people over there. What a friendly bunch of reptilians over at
I
BlackRock.
love those guys.
Those guys are awesome.
I'm all for what they're doing.
They
I
should
think-
send a representative over to have a discussion with us so we can just shine
Love
some
it.
light on some of their dealings.
Give them some of that good love.
I'm sure they would want to help the homeless situation since they're buying up every
Well, I think
last
they are.
livable dwelling
I think
within
they
the
are.
free world, the the land of the free. Yeah. So the whole BlackRock thing, man. What are they doing? They're hemorrhaging money.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they
Well-
they were buying everything up. They have just more fiat notes.
Well, apparently
ever?
there's been a dip in the housing market. So,
Okay. So they're
and-
losing money. Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Because real estate slowed down. God, if they can't take this, can you imagine where they'll be?
Yeah, if they can't take a small hit like that, but do they really care about money? Do you think they really do? Like
I think
in
that
the end, like is it going to matter? Because everything's going to.
they care about the power money gives them.
Right? They're going to crash everything eventually. Right?
Fulcrum Goddess says there's no way that BlackRock is hemorrhaging money. They're not at the top of the pyramid where all of the money trickles up to.
Uh-oh. Maybe.
They should take remdesivir then.
I do say a lot of hearsay because that's what it is, right? So, but yeah,
Here's
Are they-
my prediction, because it's not like 2008 where they have as many funny loans as they did in the past. I mean, they had so many stated income shenanigan loans going on
There
at
you
that
go.
time, at least in the States. And I don't see that there's a ton of real estate inventory showing up, because real estate is slowing. But I pay close attention to the real estate market, especially in my geography. There is not a lot of houses that are available to buy.
yeah.
Now, they are staying up on the market a lot longer, and they are having to lower their prices because there's like zero buyers. Nobody's
Yeah.
buying. Less mortgage loan applications right now than there was.
they
the
tightened
60s.
up on the laws in Canada over getting mortgages too, and you think
Mhm.
with the increased interest rates, a lot of people are even just losing their houses because of that. The couple of % increase that they apply.
Yeah.
And that's not going to stop either. So
So I don't see BlackRock losing any traction, to be honest with you. I think they have an inside tip on what's going on, and they're just going to continue to consume.
I think so. And
Reckless abandon.
Even if they do lose money, like, do they, are they really going to care? Because they've got so much in assets, right?
Well, if you own the rental market, I mean, you just you pivot your business
Yeah,
plan. I mean,
Right?
if
they've
if
gotta
everybody
use-
owns nothing and we can all just pay high rents,
Which is fantastic, because I used to be in property management. So I'm all set to sell you guys out to the New World Order, which is a good thing. Be happy for me.
yeah. I think BlackRock is a arm or a cause and effect of the likes of the Klaus Schwab New Industrial Revolution, Fourth Industrial. Like you're gonna own nothing, and I think they're part of that whole bandwagon, and
Yeah.
that's the dog and pony show that they're touting.
Who's not in that bandwagon that we're not allowed to be a part of? Like,
It's all a play on words because we already
know,
do own nothing, and when we
I've
do
been
like
looking,
it,
and
everything here's
we've-
an illusion.
we've been looking
don't own
in
anything.
this wilderness. We're looking for some bastion of hope to cling to, and there's very few out there. But things are happening on the low level, on the of the political scheme. But up in the upper echelon, it's just reptiles everywhere, sharks and reptiles. You know,
They want you homeless. They want you desolate. They want you to have to submit all your thought
Yeah.
and authority and your consciousness over to whatever they deem to be right and true. So just check your conscience at the door, because you got to be a part of their game plan, or assimilate or be assimilated. Resistance is futile. We will destroy opposition
well,
and
okay.
every rebel, anarchist,
So
lover of
where are the
truth.
black markets? Where's the alternative money? We're not going to have any
XRP,
options,
man.
right? We're just
The
gonna be
manipulatable-
sucked in no matter what, right?
The
I'm gonna-
manipulatable
I'm gonna
central banking currency of choice, XRP.
What's that?
You haven't heard?
No.
Yeah, this is the central banking crypto of choice. We can
Is it?
all jump on and help the New World Order
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah,
implement their
I was worried
oppressive
there.
surveillance
You
state.
had some type of a solution.
You can become a billionaire in the process too. Well, the
awesome.
solution is we all get rich off XRP.
XRP. Okay,
That's
so
what I'm hearing in the rumblings,
we have to
the
dump
undercurrents.
all our money into XRP.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Does that have a tracking system with it?
Oh, it's central crypto for your safety and convenience. Yeah,
Oh,
we're not
man.
going to give you anything that's genuine with honest weights and measures or whatever. That's not part of the game
This is
plan.
adjustable so that my money can disappear and
Yeah.
if I'm
This
a
is a
good-
you sell out,
If
accept
I'm a-
digital money,
I'll get
and
credits. I'll get extra
we
credits
just
for turning in my neighbor and
go
stuff.
along to get along, play the game, because
See, I want to
we
be
all
able
know
to
where
rat
this is
people out
going,
and
so-
get some credits for that.
just make sure that before the market gets hot, you buy some black market human palm skins, because we're all going to need alternate alias palm skins for doing our identity verification when we make purchases at Whole Foods, Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak.
Yeah,
The,
see,
the
this-
AI
this-
is working against me
this
right
is-
now with
this here, what
nanotechnology.
Teresa's saying here is another problem with these homeless people. That's why you have to kick them out, because they're actually making it out there on their own, surviving, and they're not paying any taxes, right? Except for sales tax, which we're heavily taxed up here for that. Canada pays the most tax of almost any country in the planet. We're very proud of that. That we can, admit that we have submitted most of our sovereignty to our government. And at this point, we pretty much don't have free speech, which is awesome. A lot of people are touting how great it's going to be once, like things like Kanye West and Alex Jones, once they're banned from talking, how great it's going to be. But it's never going to happen. But,
I want a government that's so good that it takes everything I produce because it deserves it, and it will let me know that I deserve it. And I think that's the path we're
Big
on. So I
daddy
feel
government,
comfortable.
yeah.
I feel comfortable the direction we're headed. I think everything's working itself out just nicely.
Big Daddy. Yeah, do you think there's any way out of that?
Well, imagine if you, there is. It's voluntarism. But imagine if you loved your government so much that you didn't even call it a government because it wasn't governing your mental. It was just a collective, voluntary effort of people working together at a local communal level to solve problems. And you enjoyed that process so much, and you respected the people who are part of that so much, that you said, I'm going to contribute more of my blood, sweat, and tears than I already do, because I want to, because I genuinely believe in what's the good work that's being done here, the fruits of this labor. So then you could just choose, and you say, oh, this community here, I like the way these people think. I like the way they work. I like when they put their hand to the plow, what they produce, the fruits of their labor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to align with them. And it's totally voluntary. There's your solution, is like, why wouldn't it work? Give me the devil's advocate. Where am I in error in my way of thinking?
So you're saying we're a world where people just produce stuff and like help each other, or what kind of a weird concept are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, I
explain it
know. That wouldn't work. Yeah, scratch that. Never mind. Yeah, tyrannical, oppressive, socialistic, communistic systems of
Where's the oppression?
overlordship,
How am I
oligarchy.
going to feel
Yeah, it's
better than everybody else, and more important, and like I can lord power over them? Where's the power structure? Where's the subjugation in that?
Do you find it strange? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the greatest history buff. Is there any example of a society ever
In existence
that was voluntary, that you could choose ultimately whether you wanted to participate or not? You wouldn't be ostracized completely and have everything taken from you and be left desolate if you chose to.
I think in some tribal communities
They still
some.
walked you to the edge, right? I mean, which is fine. I mean, I guess at least then you could still go about forging your own path in nature or whatever. Just be a vagabond hermit in the woods.
In city-style living society,
Pirates. There you go.
I would say absolutely none.
I mean, that's been the common theme throughout all recorded history, right? Is you're born into something. It's not a choice.
Yeah, you're born into a system, right?
And you are that label for that straw man period from beginning to expiration. It's just
the Bible says the kingship descended from heaven after the flood. And there seemed to be a kingship before that, because there was King Og and King Nebuchadnezzar, all these other dudes that used to run around and eat the little people.
Yeah.
You've read the Book of Giants, right?
You've told me about it before.
Yeah. So, it was a wonderland then, too, apparently. As long as you were one of the giants. They only really let men live to be, well, they didn't let them live to be adults because, well, they're men, first of all. So they had it going on then. They would eat those dudes when they were like 10 or 12. And the women would either be for breeding or for priestesses.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say pretty much always.
Yep.
Forever.
Yep.
Because if those guys happened upon one of those tribal communities, they would actually, what they did was they ate most of them, and then the rest of them they subjugated.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'd find little colonies hiding out all over the place, and those are like little snacks, for the afternoon.
It does just illustrate the human condition, though, that there's not an option for people to just work together on voluntary terms. It has to be a forced system of thought. It has to be a forced system of adherence. It has to be geographic based. So, you're born into it.
Okay, males are born apparently with a competitive nature, but on an average, there's a certain amount of psychopaths that are born and a certain amount of people that have no empathy for anyone.
Yeah.
And those people, given the chance, they will rise to the top using whatever means they have to.
Well, I'm very competitive, but I don't seek to control anyone. In fact, I would never want
but
that responsibility
that's what a hard thing for a lot of people to get through their heads. It is one of the hardest things that I've found for people to get. That somebody would just not consider your feelings or your life anything. And that actually harming you, if it has some monetary benefit for me, that's just fine. And
or they would even choose to do that purposefully.
I'm actively seeking out to get rid of you so that there's less competition for me. And there is that thinking out there. And those people will use any means to accomplish what they want to do.
Yeah.
And we need guards in place to stop that. Unfortunately, right now, the inmates are running the asylum.
Hmm.
And doing
So
a good job of it, too. I'm rather proud of it, and I'm looking to join up. Thank you.
It's an inevitable certainty that a certain percentage of the populace will have this personality profile type that has a propensity to be psychopathic in nature.
Now, also, don't forget that a lot of these psychopathic behaviors are being excited electronically right now, too.
So they're being stimulated in their psychopathic tendencies to even exhibit more of these qualities in a extreme example of their psychopathicness. So that is even being preyed on by, I would surmise, an even more psychopathic energy, because it would take something even more psychopathic and diabolical to surmise a plan to say, let's exponentiate the psychic tendencies of the psychopaths by then using the frequency weaponry to not only enslave and tune down the general populace, but to give more ammunition and juice, so to speak.
Well, okay, we've had recent bang shoot 'em ups, right? Every one of those people have been on certain medication, antipsychotic medications. Every one of them, and coming off of them, mostly, apparently. And they apparently have visits from various three-lettered agencies in contact with them. And I'm wondering if they have some type. Burundanga tree. Have you ever heard of that?
A dunga tree?
Burundanga.
Loradunga.
Burundanga. It grows in South America, and the prostitutes use it down there. And what they do is
crying out loud! What are you turning me on to?
It comes on a piece of paper, right? You have to.
Okay.
You can't touch this stuff. And what you do is
poisonous,
No, when the customer comes up, you blow it in their face.
Oh.
And,
Loradunga.
Yeah, and after about...
It's the last thing you remember.
It's apparently fast. No. Oh, no. No, you become very agreeable.
Oh, really? So you're an agreeable customer.
Yep.
You'll pay whatever price.
Oh, yeah.
And all drinks are on the house.
You don't even need
to be
serviced. They can ask you to just, let's go get some money.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, let's go get some money.
Here, empty my wallet while you're at it, because it's too heavy and my bank accounts are driving me nuts.
Account. Yeah. Let's go get that money, and they'll just go and do it. Yeah.
Wow, how long? Like for a day?
Hours. I think it lasts for hours. Yeah.
You got a little window of opportunity to manipulate and take advantage of someone.
Yeah.
You imagine doing that to people and waking up every morning knowing you're going to find another subject to run your campaign on and fucking screw them over.
That's got to make you feel good inside, eh?
Oh, God.
That's got to just warm your heart.
What an asshole, though, you know?
Yeah.
People like that really piss me off. That's what they choose to do with consciousness.
You believe that?
I get really self-righteous. All of a sudden, I start thinking I got a soapbox. I'm way better than that. But honestly, I mean, I guess if you're going looking for prostitution and you're
they could just be sitting beside you in a bar too. Put some in your drink.
Yeah, you didn't necessarily. You weren't like some weird dude who was just necessarily standing on the corner trying to pick up
it's
prostitutes.
Not entirely used by prostitutes, but yeah.
Loradunga.
Burundanga, I think it's called.
I'll watch for that when I'm in other parts of the world. Party, my Rose. Did you finish your chores? It's party like it's 1999 forever. Something tells me there's more to us that must scare him, or it wouldn't be such a deception. So we're strong, in my opinion. Hey, I agree with you.
Persistent exotoxic.
I'm a mechanical prostitute. Give me your money, and I'll do my thing.
I don't think I have the name right of that tree. But
Out of all the things that the human race could possibly think to create and many drugs to create, it baffles me. Fulcrum Goddess is tapped in. She knows what's going on. It's an exponential psychopath. If we have more juice, I like the juice. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Oh, and some people choose to create drugs instead. I see. I mean, some drugs, I'm not against. Just depends.
There was a horrible pair of, they were apparently pretty nice people in Canada. Bunny and Barry Sherman. They made a horrible drug called ivermectin in Canada here. So they died. They killed themselves in their basement.
Yeah, the idea that no controlled substance could have efficacy or be of benefit to society is just as an absurd notion to me as, because everybody says everything has to be natural. Well, I mean, the moment you...
Well, a lot of these extracts are made from natural products. One of those hydro or ivermectin, or one of them actually comes from soil.
It's just that there's no consciousness, right? I guarantee you that ivermectin pill, if you knew the inactive ingredients, if there was full disclosure on everything that was in that, you're like, well, what the fuck is this for? Oh, it's a stabilizer. It makes it so it's more water soluble, fully digestible. This is
you haven't got enough PEG in you. Everyone needs polyethyl glycol.
Some kind of wood shavings and heavy metal particles, on and on. Anyway, brother, I got to jump. My wife just got home.
Hours.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was on it for a long stream this morning, too.
Yeah. You've done YouTube should pay you for your time.
Oh, they'll be glad to.
Oh, yeah, they love you.
I'm sure they're just putting the money aside from never being monetized, and they're saving it up for me, and they're going to surprise me one day. They're going to say, no. But honestly, I don't think they use me for marketing or you. So they're not selling ads off our stuff anyway.
No. Actually, no, that's not true. No, they are using me for you get commercials in my replays.
Mm-hmm. They are. You do see them.
Yeah.
See, I've had an ad blocker, and I don't know why more people don't do that, because I don't watch any ads on YouTube, and it's free.
I just don't watch YouTube much.
Yeah, there you go. If you do, you should get an ad blocker, though. It's just the Google. They've messed with it a few times where I have to reload it on because it will just time out and not work randomly.
Yeah, but I've gone to other platforms. I'm on Odyssey. I find them good. I don't like Rumble. They're just like YouTube, and they got all their ads all over the place. No, they should be able to make. They make enough money off donations and stuff, and showing their stuff. They do show ads, but they're not as intrusive. So, we can find better platforms.
I don't like any of them. I don't trust the process. I'm not trusting the plan. I'm not waiting for some hero to come in and solve all our problems.
I'm hoping the market will dictate it. I believe in the free market, and I think the free market will dictate it. A lot of people are moving away from YouTube. They say now it's mostly for middle-aged women like us, I guess.
Yeah, and so what? They're going to TikTok,
I don't know.
Get to the point.
I don't know. I don't know. There is no point. No point.
That's what I mean. No, get to the point. It's like go straight to the fast, quick, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am app. TikTok. That's where they all want you. They got the shorts on YouTube. It's
Odyssey is not that
cram
popular.
Them all in there.
Odyssey's not very popular right now, so
it doesn't have a good live streaming capability.
I've tried it.
So what? Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
The BitChute seems like they do censor, from what I can tell.
I just stream through StreamYard. I've got both of them up and going, so I have Odyssey running too right now.
The problem that we have is YouTube is very practical in the sense that they provide so much good information for anything you want to learn. If you want to bake a cake from scratch, you want to build a bushcraft for it, you want to fix your vehicle, and you want to learn how the filter comes out on that particular year, every single practical detail. So YouTube has entertainment, practicality. It is the town square. It's everyone's discussing. And so then you go to these other sites like BitChute, and it's just all doom and gloom. Every single video.
Twitter is a leftist paradise, apparently. That's what I.
Or you maybe have the opposite of that paradigm. But the point being, the town square should be diversity. It should be free, open exchange of ideas.
Yeah, it's not.
Uncensored, uninfringed, unperverted. Until we get to that, our society is going to suck. Because if you can't have free and open communication, and what is the solution to that? Because Indie Groove wanted to find a solution.
We all need to get into the metaverse, go into your meta death pod. Right?
I mean, are you going to pay me? Because it sounds like if I get the universal income and I just dock my soul up.
Well, yeah, as long as
I could have
money. We'll pay
I could have
dollars so that they're deletable.
I'd have a personality pre-installed before I even get there. I'd be a rock star before I even go in. I find out who all my fans are. They're all waiting for me when I get in the metaverse. It's like, oh my God, he's finally here.
Yeah, awesome.
We love him so much. Because it's all about approval, right?
Then you get turned into soup by the meta death pod.
And likes.
Down the drain you go, right?
You didn't know all your fake friends and your fake life was waiting for you. We built a home for you. Many mansions here in the metaverse. All you got to do is come home.
You won't need your body anymore. You'll be in the metaverse.
Sleep in your lap of luxury.
They'll just turn your body into soup. And, consciousness will be in the computer, in the ether,
Yeah. There's got to be a line of demarcation, separation from the wheat from the chaff. There's a point where every man has to look in the mirror and say, am I a metaverse avatar, or am I a real man on the land that's going to grow my own non-GMO, non-soylent green biosludge food?
I don't know. I got to get some dinner.
Okay. Have a good thanks for the exchange, brother. I appreciate it.
We'll
catch you later
sometime. Okay, have a good one, bro. All right, much love, guys. Keep the third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. If we don't see you before the apocalypse, good luck.